Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Minigod. We're getting started with night 2 of Night Call. World's going a little crazy for no reason, guys. But on this channel, we're all calm. We're all ready to, carry on life as normal because there's no need not to, Anyway, let's get started. A few minutes later, you're outside your studio. Night 2. Here we go. Okay. Should we fuel up?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sure, we'll go find out what this is, guys. No idea what it is, but we're gonna go find out. You park a few streets away from the Argentinian embassy. You wait there for your contact. Oh, okay. You sigh. It seems so odd to have a contact. So excessive. The guy is one of your regular poker buddies. A night watchman at the embassy. Okay. You get out of your taxi and walk towards the big metal gate. Clean lines. Early 20th century maybe. Lots of wrought iron. The gate opens and someone moves towards you. They indicate you should follow them. The person's face is hidden by an oversized hoodie. Your heart starts beating faster. What if it was? Let's investigate who this is. It's me, Jamie. You're David's buddy. Okay. Immediately recognize his accent. You don't feel like you're in any danger and decide to follow him. Okay. Walk into a narrow covered passageway. Probably the entrance to a parking garage. Ooh. That seems secretive and sketchy. Man turns around, lights up a cigarette. Classic detective movie contact move. Lighter lights in his face for a second. A young man with curly hair and pale skin. He looks young, very young. Huh. 250 euros. Jesus. I'll just pay it. No need to. For that price, you hope the intel is good. You pay. Listen up, because I'm not going to say it twice. Caro Disher is definitely a colonel from the junta, one of the few who wasn't arrested and put on trial. He's responsible for torturing dozens of political opponents. He tortured and killed them. I don't like him much here. The rich Argentinians in Paris love him. They really respect him. Thanks. Okay. It's one last thing, okay. I read in the newspaper that the killer wrote a message in chalk "Time's Up." It was a slogan at the end of the junta. Sort of watchword for the opponents. It was time for them to go. You get it? Huh. Interesting. Second later, you're back in your taxi with a hole in your wallet. New information on one of the victims. If you follow this lead, maybe your investigation will move forward. Okay. Start the car and get back to your shift. Alright. That works for me. Alright, let's gas up real quick, guys, and then we'll go to our Remember your heavy eyes, fatigue, stress. You wish you were far away from here, really far away. Okay. Jesus.
Alright,
Alright, let's go into the mini mart. There's a smell coming out guy running at the shop at the station. Artificial lavender air freshener. Talk with the clerk. Let's see. Newspaper. Sure. Hey, look, I won. All of a sudden, tonight doesn't seem so bad. Examine newspaper and magazine covers. The serial killers on the front page of all of them. It's crazy, isn't it? You'd think they'd have caught him by now. Kirk smiles. You recognize a twinkle in his eye. This guy has something to tell you. Huh. No kidding. Not a word from the guy behind the counter. You, on the other hand, curse automatically as you put one foot out into the freezing cold.
Yeah, that's probably
Interesting.
tomorrow.
Leaving the gas station. Let's go.
Right.
Let's get going.
Come back, turn back here. Oh, that fucking truck up on
Let's
it.
go with this guy. I don't know who he is, but let's go with him. Hey pal, can you help me out? Sure. Door opens. It's, I don't know how to pronounce this man's name, a homeless man like hundreds of others in Paris. Known each other for years. Every now and then he asks a favor of you to drive him someplace. As usual, he greets you quietly, though he always seems a little on edge. Hey, buddy. What's up, pup? There's a strange verbal tick that you've never really understood. Guess I'm starting the cab. Pretty cold tonight, right? His voice has a particular lilt to it, as if certain syllables were sung to stop him from stuttering. Hey, aren't you cold with your ass stuck to that car seat of yours? Oh, jeez, he's pretty blunt. Sure, I'll tell him we freeze our ass off, sure. That's what I thought. Can't fool me, I know a cold guy when I see one. Oh yeah, dude, you're homeless. Like, got a place to stay in Passy. Anyway, you can give me a lift. You're already in the car. Well, so why not? Very great, mate. That way we stay nice and warm. How are we staying warm just because you're in my cab? Whatever. In the 15 years I've been on the street, it's never been this cold. Yeah. Alright. You know some guys aren't going to make it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's how it goes for us. Pause. Smells gradually permeating the inside of the cab. Oof. Doesn't bring back fond memories, but it does bother you. It doesn't bother you. You'll leave the door open later to air out the cab. Why is it raining every night? But you know, I'm used to it. For sure. I don't think I ever told you when I was a kid, it was never cold. Weird, uneasy break. One time my mother dragged me to, I don't know how to pronounce that, during vacation. Didn't know what the hell to do with me. Liked to drink. First night we were there, I broke a bottle of gin she brought along. Should have seen her, threw a fit. Gave me a thrashing, but I gave as good as I got. That's how we used to talk back then. She ended up dragging me by my pants, locked me out on the balcony. Icicles were hanging from the eaves. It had snowed the day before. Sat there for an hour, arms crossed, with like a cardigan on my back. Back and underpants on my ass. Okay. Didn't budge. Man, this guy's tough. Storming around the apartment. An old lady was yelling at me. I didn't hear anything. Well, the cold didn't get me. Felt nothing at all. Wish I could say the same today. Yeah. Well, it got dark out. She let me in. She was furious all week. It was the last time we went on vacation. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, she died. Ooh, that's... Yeah, that's unfortunate. I used to tell my buddy Seb that story all the time. Tall black guy used to hang around with me. Yeah. He really loved that story. He asked me to tell to him over and over. I think what he really loved was hearing me talk about my old lady. You know what I mean? Doesn't make us any younger. Yeah. Ain't that true? But last time I was here, there was a protest out front. A bunch of guys from the neighborhood who didn't want us to squat the place. They were yelling their heads off, sounding like a bunch of sailors. Goddamn sailors. And those rich dudes have balls. Hey, this kid, thanks man. I know I can count on you. Good luck. That's fine. Let's read the newspaper real quick. Pull a newspaper out of the glove compartment and start reading through it. Eventually something grabs your eye. It's quite an involved article about the infamous police leaks affair. Who, why, and how all the confidential data was released to the public. Alright. Justice Department's not looking at corrupt and violent cops who are known to be out of line. Concerned associations applaud how transparent they're being. Yet the more you read, the more you get the impression the journalist does not agree with their methods. Turn the page and stop. You've read about a third of the newspaper. Ooh. You know, I think I'm just going to keep reading. Stop reading and go back a few pages. You thought you saw something. Okay. An article about the recent police leaks incident that retraces another data leak. Years ago, a bunch of confidential police documents were accidentally released. Documents about Rowan Besson, Charles Bograin, and Simon, whatever his last name is, Judge's first 3 victims. Intriguing. You know, I had a third left to read. I'm just gonna read the whole thing. Fuck it. As soon as you get to the page, you stop. Your instinct tells you to look at it. It's a rather enthusiastic article about a bar named Napo. You make note of the information with interest. In your line of work, the kind of thing can always come handy. Yeah? That's okay. Shut the paper, it'll end up in trash tonight. If you remember, it's there. Otherwise, I'll spend the rest of its days in your back apartment. Okay. Let's see. See, more people have shown up. Yeah, we'll go across the river here. Night bus waves at you in the rear view mirror. Whoa. Oh, this is gonna be a long ride. Next passenger's waiting on the sidewalk with an enormous suitcase next to him. Get out of the cab, pick up a suitcase, which must weigh 45 kilos at least. Put it in the trunk. Get back in with your passenger close on your heels. The door slams shut. Turn the key in the ignition. Look up at your passenger. Charles de Gaulle, right? He nods and you start driving. It's still pretty early to be getting on a plane. You must be the type that likes to get there well ahead of time. Japanese, Chinese, you're not sure. You smile. Tourists always have such a magical image of Paris. There's almost no traffic. You're able to drive at a decent speed. Behind you in the rear view, you can see the tip of the Eiffel Tower start to appear. Sure, we'll get this one. He narrows his eyes. He doesn't understand. Oh. Okay. You point to the Eiffel Tower behind you. Eiffel Tower. He smirks. Well, alright. I say I can't read that. I don't know. His tone leads you to believe he thinks it's ugly. Oh. Sure. A few words you know in English get you nowhere with your passenger. Well, that sucks. His voice is frank, with a dose of exhaustion. Yeah. Shinju. Okay, it's Japanese, you're sure now. Okay. He imitates the sound of planting off. You think you may have recognized the name of the airport. Shakes his head. That's not what he wanted to hear. Oh, come on. You hear him mumbling to himself. His voice is deep and heavy. Come on, man. Short pause to swallow the spit. Regime keeps mumbling. His voice makes you think he's making a list of all the things he hated. Probably. Goes on and on. He's made that sound before. Sorry guys. It's been a very long day for me. Third time. Immediately recognize the word. Bursts out laughing. I don't understand this. He glances at you. You don't understand. I definitely don't understand. You get the impression he wants you to repeat what he's saying. He goes back in the city. His eyes close. He doesn't want to speak to you anymore. Probably because I fucked up. I don't know. You've had passengers who didn't speak any French before, but this one seems furious. Maybe he didn't like Paris. Maybe he prefers Tokyo. You smile. For just a second, you imagine yourself as a taxi driver in Tokyo. Businessmen, well-dressed high schoolers, those Japanese mobsters. What are they called again? You know what? I'm gonna ask him. What do you call Japanese mafia again? He doesn't budge. Let's have a groan. Mafia. You recognize the word. Yes, mafia. When it goes by, he sits up. Yakuza? That's it. He stares at you. Yakuza, exactly. He starts laughing slowly at first, then gets quiet loudly. Quite loudly. Shuts his eyes again. You keep driving. Think about the movie you saw during your hospital stay. Black American soldier on the run who starts hanging out with some sort of bum who was a huge jazz fan. It was a singular movie. Incredible, it made a real impression on you. Title was... No, you can't remember the title. Well, why not? And how could you possibly describe it to your passenger? Possible. What a shame you can't speak his language. Yeah, I know. What a shame you do not understand him. Not able to talk to him about it. You sigh. Maybe later. You'll have time to learn Japanese. It's probably hard. Not the same alphabet, not the same letters, but then again, your parents could read Arabic and write in French. so you could too. Yes, later you'll have time. And then, here you are at the airport. A heap of ramps, tunnels brings you to the drop-off zone. Pull to a stop, and your client wakes up. He notices the airport, a few taxis, your own fatigue, starts talking peacefully in a soft voice. Shakes his head. Pays his fare with a twinge of shame. You know the taxi and help him get his suitcase out of the trunk. It weighs a ton. He thanks you with a sad look of defeat. He grabs onto your sleeve as you try to get back in the car. You nod very slowly. He looks you over slowly from head to toe. Then he starts speaking, and his voice is monotone and completely void of emotion. Something inside you resonates, like you understood what he just said. 19. He lost someone, his wife, maybe. He looks upset. He shakes his head. He should have come with someone. If you could only understand him. He bows, straightens up, his eyes are misty. You don't know why, but it seems normal to reply. You're welcome. He walks away with a huge suitcase. When he's almost to the doors, he stops and turns around. You practically jump, he just said the word Yakuza. He bursts out laughing. He walks into the airport. Sliding glass doors close behind him. You start to realize the airport is waking up all around you. A woman who must have been a Viking in another life is pushing a floor waxer across the tiles in the entryway, just below the heating vents. The fellow driver waves as he's leaving the drop-off zone. A plane, maybe the first one of the day, appears in the sky. You get back in the taxi. For a minute, you rub your freezing hands together to warm them. Just a few seconds before driving off. I think this symbol means that they have some kind of connection to my case. I think. Seen these types before. Late for a meeting, late to catch a plane, late getting home. It gives you an address. In the 15th arrondissement. I probably butchered the hell out of that, but you recognize it. Former deputy or senator, something like that. He still looks at you nervously in the mirror. He's upset about something. Oh yeah, it's fine, thank you. His eyes are watering. He runs a hand across his damp forehead. He's swearing a great deal for a winter night. Clears his throat. Excuse me, I was wondering. Yes, sir? People ever leave things in your taxi? All the time? Oh, all the time, that's good to know. Why is that good to know? Why? He pauses and attempts to pull himself together. He looks cramped in his suit. What do you do with the things people forget? Do you keep them? Take them back to the central office and wait for someone to claim them. Oh, shit. I mean, fine. Very good. How civil of you. Good job. Pauses again. Yeah. Well, yes, no. How shall I say? I need to lose something, if you get my drift. I need to lose it in your taxi. Whoa. What? guess I'll ask. Sorry. I don't need an explanation. There we go. Cool. We just got out of a meeting. It was awful. Awful. I've always been loyal to the party, you know. Always followed orders, got the job done. My mother was a card-carrying member, my father an elected official, but I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to leave my briefcase here on the back seat. You might say it was an oversight, you see. And then someone will take care of the briefcase. When you drop the taxi off, bring the briefcase to the head office. Someone will come pick it up. This country we live in, it's going to hell in a handbasket. Everyone running it is corrupt. They're sold out. They're thieves. Well, slowly lays the briefcase beside him. We have lunch with lobbyists, dinner with bankers. We should burn everything, start over from scratch. Sometimes I dream we'll all get sick, be swept away by a political plague. Okay. Flu for suits. I mean, I guess I can agree to that even for America. Sometimes, especially recently, politicians and such, we need to start over. You know, get everybody in off. You know, all the senators and whatnot in office. Out. Start fresh. Maybe things will get done. Maybe they won't. Don't know, but it's worth a try. Anyway, let's continue. Can't bear to see them spend 600 euros on a meal when they just decided to close a hospital that suddenly became too costly to maintain. See, things like that are just ridiculous. And most politicians have no problem doing that. No matter what country it is. And it's sickening. Enough of my rambling though, guys. 6 months ago, refused to vote for a law that would have prevented the building in Panton from burning down. You remember, 6 months ago, we could have saved 75 people. Oh, God, that's horrible. Public housing minister. When we presented that bastard with the bill, he burst out laughing. What a dick. As if the people living in those crumbling buildings were just peons. Passenger groans if in pain, then suddenly stops talking. I'm going to sleep. Then they'll send me to prison. Or worse, to far off ward. Some overseas territory. Joanna or something like that. It's what they do to traitors. After that, we'll see. Tomorrow's another day, if you know what I mean. Stop the car, act as if everything is normal. Well, alright. Suddenly notice your client smells terrible. Sour, pungent, BO, almost unbearable. Pays his fare and slips you an extra bill. Your compensation. Gets out and walks away quickly without turning back. You open the window to carry. Yeah. Oh, okay. Jesus. Almost a 30 euro tip. Yeah, there's only 2 people in this area. So go with this guy. Chose to go. Make it snappy. Oh, God. Passenger who settles in the back seat. Could be male model. He asks you to take him to Charles de Gaulle Airport. His voice mild and pleasant. You sense your passenger wants to talk about the killer. It's simple. Since the first murder, everyone thinks they know something. Everyone thinks they saw something. And this passenger is no exception. You watch him in the rearview mirror, see just as close, checks his breath, obviously primping. You drive people to the airport all the time and they bring along a suitcase, bouquet of flowers. The passenger doesn't have either. He's looking at himself in the rearview mirror. His lips apart and he runs his tongue over his teeth. Nothing's stuck in my teeth, right? Shake your head no. And you wonder why he's going to the airport. You wondering why I'm going to the airport? Aren't you? Yeah, man. I could tell you were curious. I'll tell you, but it's a secret. His voice has changed as if he were about to deliver a speech. Women today are too smart for us men. They're on to us the minute we try to hit on them. Crinkles his nose if there were a bad smell in the cab. There are dozens of books on how to get lucky, on how to score, but they all make the same big mistake. You know what the mistake I'm talking about is? You probably haven't read the right ones. The comment clearly isn't going to stop him. He carries on business as usual. Let me clarify. All those books about hitting on women never tell you where the best hunting grounds are. Really? Theatrical pause. Airports, man. Airports. Why are you here? Another theatrical pause. It's brilliant, right? Women in airports are lonely, emotional, and available. I don't know about that. On the street, they're always in a hurry. Don't have any time? The movies or in the museums, they don't want to be disturbed. But the airport, clearly very proud of himself. He remains silent. He crinkles his nose and sniffs again. Is it me? Or is there a funny smell in your cabin? You sniff it too. Sorry, I don't smell anything. He shrugs and goes back to his monologue. Personally, I prefer older women. I'm going to let him talk. Single moms who are at the airport to pick up or send their kids to their exes. They're waiting at the unaccompanied minor's counter to get information about a late flight or a gate change. Walk over the counter, look at the flight information, pretend to be worried. My sister, I say, I'm waiting for my little sister. She's never been to Paris before. I'm going to take her to Louvre. I don't know. She wants to work in fashion someday. She's already very talented. I hope everything is okay. But she had a good flight. She means the world to me. She's my half-sister, but I love her like a sister. A smile. He takes off. Takes another sniff, glances around the cabin, and picks up where he left off. Half-sister line, it works every time. Divorced parents, remarried, every time. Burst out laughing. I'm going to let him talk. Word of advice, though. You have to get there early. Make a day of it. Keep an eye on the domestic flights, the delays, the companies. It requires a little preparation, but I usually go home with 20, even 30 numbers. Jesus. in 6 hours. Mind if I ask a personal question? No, of course, not at all. Anything to help you understand my game plan. Sure. I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at, man. Well, you're rather attractive physically. Slight pause. And is it really necessary to go through all the trouble to pick up women? Don't like women, or don't women like you? That's besides the point. It's more efficient, more productive. I go on the make twice a week, and I end up with dates for several weeks. I mean, if it works, hey, don't change it. A lot easier. It's less, how should I put it, personal. No one won't ever get serious, and that's what I'm looking for. Ooh, come on, man. That's kind of fucked. Yeah, man. I get what you're saying. Not really, but... Yeah, you should take my advice. It's a piece of cake. You need to come up with a good line or two. They'll all fall for it. It's really bizarre. Smell of shit. Seems to be following me wherever I go. Bro, you probably shit yourself. He walks away. Under the sole of his shoe, you catch a sight of a dark brown spot. Passenger disappears into the airport. Roll down the back seat window and start up the cab. It's raining though. Why would you roll? I don't know. Hey, it's night 2, guys. You now know more about the clients. You have met Shinji. Oh. Oh. Hey, that's fine. I started with a bunch of money. That's fine. Alright. At the foot of your front door, just behind the drain pipe, you notice an envelope. It's thick and heavy. Just make out your name written in thick black marker on the front. Your real name. Take a deep breath and go inside. In the envelope, you find more information. Just as Bussett promised. With new evidence on the table, it'll take you a while to read everything carefully. Suddenly overcome with desire to sleep, you close your eyes, press your fingers to your eyelids, let out a yawn. You sigh and get to work. Alright. Let's see. Pictures of crime scene 4. We're going to investigate this. Investigate this. Alright guys, well, that's going to be the end of the night.